Hi, this is Sam Denson with the second look of this week's lesson. When pilots navigate by themselves in a small plane, they commonly use a method called the 1 in 60 rule. This rule states that for every 1 degree off course a pilot is at the beginning of the journey, he or she will be 1 mile off course after traveling 60 miles. If you're a pilot and are trying to fly the 2,600 mile trip from San Francisco to Washington, D.C., you'd be about 43 miles off course by the time you arrive. At that point, you might as well touch down in the closest city to refuel. That's like Baltimore, because that's how far off course you'd be. The longer the trip, the bigger the difference it makes. If you wanted to go to the moon, a 1 degree mistake would send you 4,100 miles wide of your intended lunar landing. And if you wanted to check out the sun, you'd miss it by about 1.6 million miles. Little adjustments can make a big difference. When we engage with culture, we need to check our motives. Are they where they should be? If we are afraid of a little conflict, we may never stand up for the truth. If we approach culture with nothing more than a desire to just win arguments, we'll just alienate people from God and other Christ followers. We can't forget to align our motives with the original purpose of God's kingdom. God doesn't tell us to merely clash with culture. He wants us to tell culture about Him and His desire to save the lost. So I have a few questions for you. From your experience, what is popular culture's opinion of Christ followers? When approaching your differences with culture, are you more likely to avoid conflict or fight to make sure everyone knows you're right? For those who tend to be afraid of a fight, how does God's love for the world inspire you to be more bolder in your confrontations with culture? For those who just love to win fights, how does God's love for the world inspire you to change how you confront culture? God's word encourages me to stand up to some of the bad influences that culture tosses at me. Do I struggle with those influences? Yes. But God is faithful. He will not allow the influences to be more than I can stand. And His grace encourages me whenever I fail to stand. And He will do the same for you. Please leave your comments, and if this is the first time at the EBC Greenhouse channel, please subscribe. Thanks for checking us out, and enjoy the day.